This is a bonus lesson to accompany the lesson on suspensions from my advanced jazz piano book. I thought it would be helpful to see how those suspensions could be applied to a jazz standard. So I'm going to look at the tune, and the harmony of the nearness of you. In fact, it's really the harmony that will determine when and where you can use suspensions. So in many sequences you get the chords 2 and 5, and when I say 2 and 5, what I'm looking at is a minor chord that's followed by a dominant 7th chord that's a 4th higher or 5th lower, and usually a resolution to chord 1. So for example, in this piece there is a 2-5-1 in the second bar where it goes C minor, F9, B flat major 7. Even though we're in the key of F, we are moving to the subdominant, which is B flat. So every time we have things like that, I'm going to hold the chord 2. So for example, in bar 2 we've got C minor, and I shall hold that over and now resolve the F chord and then go to chord 1. So the effect is I'm suspending, I'm holding chord 2. So in bar 5, this isn't technically a 2-5, because if we're relating it back to the key of F, A minor is chord 3, followed by a chord 6. I'm going to suspend that A over. And then of course the next chord is G minor, which is 2 of F. But an easy way to see it is every time you get a minor 7 followed by a dominant 7th, which is a 4th higher or a 5th below, you can suspend that chord 2. So I'm going to play this tune. I'm going to suspend any possible chord 2s. They'll be the minor 7th chords, and I'm going to occasionally delay my resolution of chord 1, wherever that may be, by a diminished chord. So I don't know if you remember that in the other lesson. So for example, the final chord would be an F major 7 chord. So I may play something like this. So listen out for that. Here is the nearness of you. And that was an improvised approach to playing the nearness of you, with mostly suspensions, and often on the dominant 7th I tried to vary the quality, the character. So for example, In the second bar we have C minor going to F7. This is the movement to the subdominant. You might have heard me go. And that's a flat 9, dominant 7th, there's the flat 9. One point I did actually go, but that doesn't really fit with the melody, and I kind of wormed my way out of that. But it just shows you sometimes you know, some things can be successful, but I do like to take a few risks even when I'm recording a lesson. So it doesn't have to be expert all the time, but obviously I've realised that I shouldn't do that in the piece, so I probably won't do that again. So varying those dominant sevenths really makes a big difference, and you'd be surprised when you listen to pieces of music how many suspensions are used in things like ballads. So probably good to check out some pianists now who play ballads.